Mr. Merkage here, and today I'm bringing you part 30 of the Skype tools series, and in this episode I'm going to be showing you how to auto accept friends. We're not going to be using any sort of buttons or something, it's just like a function behind the scenes which gets triggered every time obviously a request is received, and obviously when it is received it will add them to your friends list, but you have options to do to the user other than accept them as well, which I'll go over a little bit and show you how to do that if you did want to do that. So let's get started. You want to come into your code, and you can put this anywhere in the code really, but I'm just gonna stick it in the bottom down here, and we'll just create a private sub, and we can call this anything we like. I'll just call auto add, and in brackets we need to give it a parameter which will be the username of the incoming user, so we can call it uname as user. Because we didn't use with events in this tutorial, we can just say Skype forcomlib.user like that, and this is going to handle Skype, whatever Skype we made. We can use Skype 1, we can do Skype 1 dot let me remember what this is. Authentication. There we go. So it's handling a request received. So inside here now we can play with the username. So obviously for the auto accepting part of things, we would want to say uname, and we can use a dot and we can say is authorized. That's the one we would be using, but you can also do is block, so you can block the user. Let's say you don't want them. You could actually create sort of a blacklist of people you don't want adding you, and before you block them you could have an if statement saying, or you check through the list and say if the uname is in your list then just automatically block them, so therefore they can never add you. So that's one way you could do things, but obviously we want to use is authorized is equal to true. You can also put that to false if you really wanted, and also just above that we can say Skype 1 dot friends dot add, and you just want to add the uname as a friend too. So that would be adding the user, but that is going to be happening all the time. Let's say the user doesn't want to auto accept friends. You could come into your form and you could create a checkbox. I'll just stick it down here for now. I know this is getting that messy and a bit out of hand, but it's just a tutorial. I don't really go for design. You can call this auto add with a little question mark, and that is actually checkbox 1. So outside the code we want to wrap it inside an if statement, and we can say if checkbox 1 dot checked is equal to true, then we want to add them because obviously the user wants to add them, and we can say end if here, and we can have else. So if it wasn't ticked you could do something, but you don't really need to do anything if it's not ticked. The user just doesn't want it, so you can leave that blank inside there. So that would be the optional using a checkbox, and let me just show you some other things you can do with this. So if you've got a good imagination you can do some good things now. So if you accept them, you could actually send them an automatic message letting them know they was automatically accepted. The way you do that is you say Skype.sendMessage. The ways I've showed you in the past, you should know this by now, but except for the username, you probably would have already guessed we're going to be using uname now for the username, and for the message we can say you was also accepted, something like that. So uname, we have to say uname dot handle, and there we go. So that's the handle of the username. So that's really all there is to it. We're getting the username on the request received, and we're basically playing around with the username. There's much more you can do, but I'll leave that for your imagination. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you next time.